Hello, everyone. It's another episode of EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling. And look who's back.
Yeah.
Survival of the Bears.
Yep. That's right. Yep. Winning against a couple Bears.
Did they take your beard? You look at
shut the club down.
Yeah.
They took the beard off.
Yeah, good.
They're really aggressive.
We have a lot to discuss. One thing, the draft is done. Some shuffling, not much.
Not much. No surprises.
WWE is going to have a tournament for the title. It's confirmed it's going to involve both SmackDown and Raw, but it's going to be officially Raw, and somebody didn't take an item.
No.
But, yeah, he doesn't follow. I don't know. It seems a macaroni. But also several title changes in New Japan.
Yep.
Trinity had her debut,
Yep.
and
Big
Pop. I guess that's all. Let's go right into it. To Raw.
And we'll start off with day 2 of the draft. So Raw's first pick was Rhea Ripley, bringing the SmackDown Women's title over to Raw. I wonder if her and Bianca are going to do an exchange.
They did that last year and kind of started a real fight.
SmackDown's first pick was the United States Champion Austin Theory, bringing the title over to SmackDown. Raw's second pick was Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay.
Who is everybody's favorite to win the World Championship. I got him or Finn Balor winning the...
Or McIntyre.
Yeah. He's a little crybaby lately. Raw's second pick... SmackDown's second pick was Charlotte Flair.
The Queen.
Raw's third pick was KO and Sammy, bringing the Undisputed titles over there to Raw.
I wonder if they can divide that.
That's a good question. Yeah. This one I didn't agree with. The Usos going to SmackDown. I think it's time to separate that portion of the bloodline. I think Roman doesn't want anything to do with them, and I think what's going to happen at Backlash was going to result in that. Yeah. But I would have split them.
I think what they're going to do, they're going to milk it a little bit, and they're going to have, eventually, it's Roman versus Jimmy, Roman versus Jay, eventually Roman versus Solo.
This one was a big, I love this pick. Raw drafting J.D. McDonough from NXT, who's rumored to go with Finn Balor over on the Judgment Day.
Which makes sense. His initials, JD. Judgment Day.
And there'd be a sinister dude on the Judgment Day.
Yes.
SmackDown drafts LWO, who hasn't won a match in forever.
They won one.
Yeah, by DQ.
Yeah.
Raw drafts Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, bringing the WWE Tag Team Champions over to Raw, but
they can defend
on other brand, including NXT. Yeah. SmackDown drafts Asuka. I want to see Asuka Bianca Belair again.
I want to see Asuka.
I want to see Asuka.
Anything.
Yeah. New Day going over to Raw. Nothing big. Brawling Brutes staying to SmackDown. That's another team I want to split up.
Yeah.
I want to put Sheamus maybe over to Raw. Have him follow Gunther over to Raw. Trish Stratus gets drafted to Raw.
I think that's a wasted pick.
I don't understand that. She's a part-timer.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross staying on SmackDown.
What they do nothing with.
They do nothing with, but Karrion hopefully is in the World Championship tournament.
Hopefully.
As we saw, he lost again on SmackDown. Ronda and Shayna Baszler going over to Raw. Hopefully, once Ronda gets healthy, they go for the tag team titles. LA Knight going to SmackDown. This one I didn't like. I wanted LA Knight to stay on Raw, especially if he's going to go after the World Championship. And also, LA Knight put on some good matches with Gunther and NXT.
He's put on good matches throughout. He's probably one of the most beloved wrestlers that hasn't won really. So.
And I don't understand this one. Also, Braun Strowman Ricochet, I would have cut that. It's not working.
Yeah, this draft pick I don't understand.
No. Shotzi, awful.
She's like 3-20?
Yeah, she is not good. Bronson Reed going to Raw. I love this. Maybe this, or it has a result for Bronson Reed maybe not winning the U.S. Championship, but Bronson Reed versus Gunther.
Yeah, why not?
A lot of implications there. Pretty Deadly going over to SmackDown. They definitely need to separate the tag titles. Now bringing Pretty Deadly.
I guess their first feud is going to be with the I think that's going to be great. Yes.
Alpha Academy staying on Raw. Rick Boogs going to SmackDown. Yeah. I want to waste my pick on that. Yeah. KC2 getting drafted to Raw. Yeah. Congratulations for them. I like what they're doing with the tag division now for the women. You bring in KC Squared. You also bring in Alvin Fire, Isla Dawn. Gives more depth. And I think those two are going to run amok in.
They're actually real tag teams, so that's important.
And Cameron Grimes going to SmackDown, as we saw on SmackDown. His first big feud is going to be against Baron Corbin.
Easy wins. I mean,
Then we go to Raw.
Raw.
Triple H kicks off with the draft. I just told you the draft picks for that night. Paul Heyman comes out and he's saying, the new title looks good on Roman, but he can't compete for the title. But Seth comes out.
Calls him a clown.
Calls Heyman a clown. Talking a lot of crap to Heyman. And then Solo Sikoa appears. Seth Rollins, speaking a lot of facts, by the way, that Roman has never defeated Seth in this one-on-one match.
Truth.
And the last time they went against each other, Seth won via DQ.
Yeah,
so if anybody should be number one contender for the NXT Championship, it should be Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
But later tonight we're going to Seth Rollins versus Solo Sikoa. First match tonight, Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Damage Control. Damage Control actually gets the victory.
Yeah,
maybe they're going to keep them together.
Hopefully.
Damage Control with their chaos.
I think what's going to happen, I think Damage Control, Bayley and Dakota. Do you see this kind of little bit of thing with Io Sky? Like last time they pushed her aside. So I think that's what's going to happen.
And then if we get next week, it's going to be Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel for the tag team titles.
Yep.
Bayley and Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Booker T comes out and with Sharmell with the draft pick. Big pop, of course. Booker T deserves all that.
Yeah.
Second match tonight, Braun Strowman Ricochet versus Alpha Academy. Braun and Ricochet get the win. Little funny spot when Braun was going to throw Ricochet. He was like, whoa. You sure you want to do this? Because last time it didn't end
I did not.
But Braun and Ricochet get the win. Brock Lesnar comes in on Raw. Cody tricks security, then actually punches Brock. Like, I think he actually clipped him.
Yeah, he clipped him. I think
he's going to get a nasty receipt to Cody Rhodes. That's not a fun guy I would want to get a receipt from.
Yeah.
Remember the match he had was with Braun Strowman and Kane. Braun Strowman actually kneed him, and Brock hit him twice in the side of the head.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No, me neither.
Shawn Michaels comes out with a draft pick. Yeah. Another huge pop for Shawn, of course. Third match tonight, Jimmy Uso versus Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle gets the win.
That was wonderful. The outside, the Eddie Guerrero
chair toss. I'm gonna be one of the guys to say this. They overdo this.
Yeah. Now everyone does it.
They overdo it.
But this one I like because Sami Zayn is smart. Because some wrestlers just do it just to do it. But how he did outside the ring to get the Usos out of the thing. So.
But I almost kind of see where Chavo Guerrero's coming from, and the fact that they play on Eddie too much. Yeah. It's nice to tribute him, but they're kind of overdoing this chair trick.
I think I mentioned this like between us. Eddie Guerrero is a great wrestler, probably but he's not the only Latino wrestler.
Exactly.
And now everyone does the shimmy and stuff. So I kind of do understand.
Yeah, it's a little overdoing it. Yeah. But Eric Bischoff, Rob Van Dam come out. And it was funny. Eric Bischoff beforehand had a lot to say about CM Punk.
Yeah.
We can't say it, but he does not like CM Punk.
Well, a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And if AEW is going to create a new show just for him, again, he says he's open, but what's the saying about the scorpion? It's in his details, the bite.
Yep. Okay. Then we get Miz TV with Shinsuke Nakamura. How all the Miz TV ends. Shinsuke beats up the Miz.
Yeah. We can't say what he said, but Chichacha Bunja Bougie. Yeah, look that up what that means.
Probably nothing from that.
Well, I must mispronounce, but it's something like that.
Then we got our fourth match tonight, almost versus the Jobber. I'm sick of almost going against Jobber. So what does this do? Everyone's like, well, it'd be nice if he win a world championship. No, it wouldn't.
No,
he hasn't done anything.
No,
there's nothing to say he can win a world championship. He has lost to 2 former world champions.
Yeah.
We get Molly Holly and Road Dogg coming out for the draft, making a pick. Judgment Day comes out, so our 5th match, Judgment Day versus LWO. Guess how that ended?
Yeah, mixed gender match.
I give you 3 chances. But the
I was going to get initial JD, and now JD McDonough.
Judgment Day wins again. Let me get our last pick of the night. JBL and Teddy Long come out, which is funny having those guys come out because Teddy Long used to always sick the Undertaker on him. Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't say. And with the 5th pick, oh no.
JBL's going against the Undertaker, 6th match tonight, our main event, Seth Rollins versus Sol Sequoia.
Very good match.
Seth Rollins gets the win. Of course, Chaos ensues, pushing their match for Backlash with the Usos, and Sol Sequoia go against Matt Riddle, KO, and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yes.
NXT. First, it starts up with the draft picks, and like I said, most of them did not know that they were going to get drafted, so the emotions you got were real emotions. But
you know what? There's a couple, like Apollo Crews. Yeah. I would have kept him on NXT.
Yeah, make him like a mentor and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's
going to be already lost.
He's not going to do anything on Raw.
Yeah. I see that, what's his name? Tolboy just doesn't want to be quiet. But it starts out with the North American Championship. It's Wes Lee versus Drew Gulak. What a great technical match, fast-paced. Wes Lee gets the win. At this point, I don't see anyone really, unless they move.
I think he's going to drop it to Tyler Bate.
Yeah, it would make sense. That would be a great match.
Yeah, drop it to Tyler Bate. And honestly, I think Wesley's ready for the main roster.
Yeah, why not? That's a lot of head shaking. Like
maybe have him dabble in the World Championship against Carmelo Hayes. Yeah. But I think he's ready for the main roster.
Yeah, it makes sense. Then we have Trick Williams talking to the crowd, saying, you put someone, and he used the word hospital, so no Vicenzo macaroni for that one. But he was saying, Carmelo and him are like Kobe and Shaq, yeah, which makes sense. And, Trick Williams, like I said, he has the gift of gab. He has the look. I'm surprised they don't make him win more matches. How about Trick Williams versus Wes Lee?
That'd be a nice one,
They had a feud beginning,
That'd be a nice one, too.
Yeah. But then he gets confronted with a heel Braun Breaker, which is amazing.
Yes.
I'm surprised they didn't do this in the beginning. He's just natural at it.
Yep.
His uncle exudes in him. But next week, we're going to get Trick Williams versus Braun Breaker.
Next, he's going to be calling the crowd fat and pieces of crap.
Yeah.
So.
That sounds like his uncle.
Yep.
Then we get the second match of the night. Gigi Dolan, who her brother is in the front row, versus JC Jane. Very good match. Again, JC Jane gets the win because I think she's going to be the push. But boy, was she bloody. Oh my goodness, was that a violent match. I think a little mistaken, but she didn't let on. When she hit the corner of the chair, blood all over the place. So she got a crimson mask. Then we get the surprise match the shocker. Third match, Scripps versus Axiom. Axiom gets the win. He wanted to offer his hand, but Scripps didn't want to do that. Attacked him, but Axiom gets the head up, gets control, pulls off his mask, and who's under the mask?
Oh, it's Reggie.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yes, I thought it was like A-Train or someone like that. But no, it was Reggie.
They got to end that.
Yeah, I think it is. They pulled the mask.
This ended.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Then the fourth match of the night, this was an instant classic. Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough.
This is a way for JD McDonough to go to the main roster.
Yeah, it was great. On the outside, we have Noam. It destroys his name.
Noam Dar?
Yeah, it's an easy name, and I just kill it. But he was on the outside, and I think it's hilarious watching him talking to his trophy and stuff. But JD McDonough looked great. Dragon Lee looks great.
It's another great wrestler.
Yeah, JD McDonough gets the win, which is surprising because Dragon Lee is like 0-3, and remember in the multiple matches.
Gotta pay your dues, I guess.
But he looked good, so it's not like.
And I think it was all about making sure JD had a good match.
Yeah. Oh, he always great. But great match. I give it 4.75 out of 5 for the match. Great match. Then follow up with another great match, Joe Gacy versus Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey does not get the accolades he deserves. No. Very good match. In this scene, kind of like the Eddie Guerrero thing, Ava was hilarious. Like holding her cheek, like said she got hit by Joe Coffey. So the referee was like scolding him. So Joe Gacy gets the upper hand. So Joe Gacy gets the win. So next week we get the Dyad versus Gallus for the tag team champions. But Ava, she has the mic skills. She could act. So I think she's the real deal. I wish that she would have more matches. Yep. Like with when we discussed for the women's chaos for the title. Why not has she?
Well, also there's a lot of also with now Zoe Stark going on the main roster and a few other girls going on the main roster. I think it's time you kind of push EveryRing into some more singles matches.
Totally. Then we get a debut. We get Danny Palmer versus Tatum Paxley. Danny Palmer, she looks really good. Her and Solo Roca had all that. I think once she comes back from her injury, that could be a great tag team. Yep. It was a high-flying match. She gets her win. She looked really good. But I guess there was a concern with all the women getting knee injuries if they're like training too hard doing like these flippity-floppy things. So maybe that's a thing of concern. I know it looks good, but if you're getting, 4 or 5 people that are injured, that's a little bit of concern. Then we get the 7th match. It's for the main event for the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. The champions Alba Fry and Isla Dawn versus KC Squared. Another great match. The champions retain.
Yeah, and both tag teams just got recently drafted. And Fire and Dawn bring NXT titles to the main roster.
I think they should have left it like relinquished, but I don't know how that's going to work out. But maybe that can turn for like the SmackDown Championship of the tag team for a while.
I don't know.
I don't know if they have enough women for it, but you never know.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, but I give this 4.25 out of 5. Then the finish offs where Indi Hartwell says, what's the saying she says? Don't cry, but smile because you...
no, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Yes, exactly. So she relinquishes the title. She kisses the belt. So much lipstick. Then it was kind of funny. She said, now, if there's only a way I could get out of the ring. And out from the bottom is Dexter Lumis helping out.
Dexter Lumis bringing her over to Raw.
Yeah, she's giving her the thumbs up. But what happened afterwards, I got goosebumps just talking about that. But what happens afterwards where we see Tiffany Stratton grabbing the title. Then we see Cora Jade, which I think that would be a great feud.
Yep.
But then I guess there's going to be a tournament for it. And all the women start attacking each other, which, again, NXT... I still don't get why they don't get the watch.
I think it's time for Tiffany Stratton to get some gold.
Yeah, she's a blue chipper.
You can Cora Jade too.
Yeah.
But I think Tiffany Stratton...
I think Cora Jade doesn't need to have a title.
No, I don't think she does.
She's like Rowdy Piper.
Yeah.
She's a heel. She could win, but she doesn't need a title to be relevant.
But I think either there's Tiffany Stratton, but I think this excels her career and makes her top dog in WWE. And... honestly, Tiffany Stratton, once she holds the gold for maybe a few months, I think she's ready to go for the main roster.
Totally agree. Then let's go to SmackDown. And it starts with LWO, the Latin World Order.
It was a very weak SmackDown.
Well, it's right, I think, because of the travel in Puerto Rico stuff. It started off, with the LWO. They got all the cheers. Judgment Day interrupts, which leads to the main event of the week, of the night. It's going to be a Judgment mixed match, Rhea and Dominic versus LWO, Ray and Zelina. They get the barbs and stuff like that. It is what it is. Again, SmackDown has been great so we give them a pass because, the pay-per-view afterwards. But we get the first match of the night, the OC with AJ and Mishin on the corner versus the Viking Raiders. A very fast-paced match. The OC gets the win, and hopefully, the rumblings, they're going to have a feud with the Bloodline. Makes sense. AJ versus Roman will be great. But OC needs to get a good push.
Anderson and Gallows versus the Usos? Yeah. Man.
They need a good push. And again, with discussion that Tama Tonga and Hikuleo are not signed. They're waiting for the dust to settle. Imagine they go to
with the OC.
With the OC, we get another invitation of the Bullet Club, Yes, Papa Trips is good.
Yes.
Vincenzo Beccaroni, not so much. Then we get a segment where Triple H talks about the tournament for the World Championship. We're both Raw and SmackDown.
I told you my issues with this tournament. I think it's a Raw exclusive belt, but SmackDown contenders get to go for this as well. I don't understand. I want to see the bracket, but I don't understand it. Why draft? Let's say the winner comes from SmackDown. Why do the draft in the first place? Why I think what they should have done is done the World Championship tournament
before
and then do the draft.
Yeah, I agree. But I think, Triple H is cerebral. I think to give those no predictability, and plus maybe have someone from SmackDown that you want to see win the world title, but because of Roman Reigns.
See, exactly. That's where I come from. Where they should have done this first, then the draft, and then make it Raw exclusive.
Well,
let's say the winner is LA Knight.
Yeah.
Why draft him to Raw and SmackDown in the first place if he's just going to win the title and come back to Raw? Yeah. This is what WWE always does. They always step over themselves, and I think they should have done the World Championship first and then the draft.
I totally agree, but let's see how it plays out. Let's give Trips the benefit of the doubt. Then we get a come on, jeez. That Torbo, he's the worst director in the world. He just wants to get interfere. But then we get a segment of Bianca Belair talking, how she have to defend the title. Then of course Damage Control comes in. They attack.
She almost beat him 3-on-1.
Yeah, but then they get the upper hand. Then she gets the backup by the World Tag Team Champion, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. It plays out. Same old. Yep. Again, this was a little bit lackluster, but again, we're giving the benefit of the doubt. Then we get the second match of the night, Street Profits versus Imperium. Street Profits get the win. Again, I like that, but I think they need to break them up.
They do.
Yeah.
And again, so one of my bigger issues with the draft, Triple H said, verbatim, this draft's gonna shake up the whole WWE.
But it didn't.
It didn't. Yeah. What happened? You should, if you want to shake it to break up the Street Profits. Somebody from Judgment Day gets drafted to a different brand. Stuff like that. It did nothing to shake it up. I'm so back and forth with WWE lately. Yeah. I just don't get it.
Well, like I said, I one of the things that they say Triple H is cleaning up between the macaroni stuff, so stories are gonna end up. So maybe he was a little bit tied.
Well, like the Brawling Brutes. Yeah. Why is Sheamus going with them? Yeah. Sheamus, you keep Sheamus on SmackDown. Yeah. What does that do for him?
Yeah, nothing.
His goal is become Intercontinental Champion. You storyline wise, you keep him with Gunther. Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Let's see how it plays out, and plus maybe, just maybe, there's a chance things happen, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Then we get a segment with Cody Rhodes again. This guy is gold.
He's amazing.
Everyone criticizes, but I don't think you could fault him in anything.
No, he's incredible.
And hopefully tonight he wins.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we get
it would make no sense.
Yeah, if it does, then it makes no sense. Then we get the third match of the night, Karrion Kross versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Great match, but again, poor Karrion Kross.
This feud's done before it started.
Yeah, but Nakamura now it's going to be on Raw. So hopefully after this, after the dust settles, they build up Karrion Kross again, because I don't understand. He has the look. He has the.
Well, here's another guy. He's staying on SmackDown. What is Karrion Kross? What's going to happen, Karrion Kross on SmackDown? There's nothing for Roman's not going to lose those titles.
No.
You're going to have Austin Theory maybe as the main title holder. That's going to be defending his titles. Mm-hmm. So maybe Karrion grows after the United States Championship.
Could be.
But I think this is another guy they dropped the ball with. You bring him in to go after Roman, but he's targeting Drew. Mm-hmm. It should have led to the Karrion and Drew. Their dust settles. Winner went on to go against Roman. Drew went against Roman while he was still feuding with Karrion.
Yeah.
So, again, a lot of it didn't make sense. This another guy who should have been on Raw and have him go for the World Championship.
Yeah, some things don't make sense. And another thing, what's the point of bringing these people in if you're doing this?
Exactly.
I don't get it. Then we have a segment with Cameron Grimes. He's talking with, what's his name? Adam Pearce. He says he's so happy, blah, blah, blah. Then Baron Corbin comes in saying, oh, Mr. Irrelevant. Then the response, at least I got drafted, not like you. So I guess next week we get a match, Cameron Grimes versus Baron Corbin.
And spoiler alert, Cameron Grimes wins.
And if you haven't looked, he changed his physique completely. He's now chiseled and stuff like that. So I think they're going to make it run maybe him to win the United States title.
I think so. I think a guy like Cameron makes sense on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Who's not going to be a World Championship contender for a while, but can be a threat to Austin Theory.
Exactly. Then we have LWO, the main event, versus Judgment Day, Rey and Zelina versus Rhea and Dominic. Really, actually, a pretty good match. And again, Zelina does not get the accolades that she deserves.
She's underrated in the ring.
Yeah, she looked good, but LWO gets that one rare win.
That's insane.
So, but then what does it lead afterwards? Where Bad Bunny comes in, and I don't know if you know it, Bad Bunny looks jacked.
He does.
Like from what his last time.
Triple H just said, Bad Bunny, he'll be in the Performance Center. He'll go there by himself.
Yeah.
And Triple H like, you don't have to do this. You're a celebrity. And he's like, I don't care. I love this. And that's the thing I love about Bad Bunny. He shows his commitment to wrestling. And unlike a lot of these celebrities, I think Logan Paul's gonna be more of a part timer, but I think Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, they show their commitment to.
Well, I think Logan Paul gets a pass. Do you see him in the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Bad Bunny's really good.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. You're saying he's a part time, but he could.
And now I'm interested how Bad Bunny handles a guy like Damian Priest.
Yeah. But that's why it's a street fight. That's a good idea.
Yep.
Want to go over the predictions for Backlash?
Yeah.
Riddle and KO and Zayn versus Bloodline. I think Riddle and Thing get the win. So further the Bloodline.
And I think this where I think one of the Usos gets pinned.
Yeah.
And I think this where Solo hits him with the spikes.
Yeah, makes sense. It looks good and it's building up. Then Cody versus Brock Lesnar. Cody has to win.
Has to win this match.
If Cody loses this makes absolutely no sense.
He has to win this match.
And just Rhea versus Zelina. Okay, we're going. I think Rhea gets the win.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an easy win, but for a first title.
I don't think it's going to be an easy win. I think it's going to be a little bit competitive.
Oh, yeah, the crowd and stuff.
I think it's going to be a little bit competitive.
But Rhea gets the win. The match that makes sense, doesn't make sense, Seth Rollins versus Omos. I think Seth Rollins gets the win.
Definitely gets the win.
But he said, I'm going to make you famous. I think this is, again, look at Omos went against. I know they made him lose, but he went against former champions.
And it
wasn't like they're squashes.
They dropped the ball.
Yeah, they did. But I think
you can't say anything else but that.
Yeah, I think Seth gets the win though.
Yes.
Then we get Austin Theory versus Bronson versus Bobby Lashley for the United States champion. I think Austin Theory retains.
I think Austin retains, but my dark horse for this match is Bronson Reed.
But see, then that doesn't make sense bringing that to the.
No, I mean.
You're right.
It's WWE.
Yeah, you're
whatever they want.
You're right. But this could confirm and make Austin winning the world title then.
That'd be nice. Yeah. But I'm a big Bronson Reed guy.
Yeah. Who knows? Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. This one is I don't know. I think Bianca wins, but Io Sky gets frustrated.
I think Bianca wins, but man, would I love to see Io Sky win the world title.
Yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe I know, but what if you look at the betting odds? Yep, there's betting odds for wrestling. Minus 10,000 for Bianca Belair.
Isn't that crazy? There's betting odds for professional wrestling.
And the main event is going to be Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. I think Bad Bunny gets the win. I think Bad Bunny
does too, but it's going to be LWO and Judgment Day come out, blah, blah, blah. He's going to get the win because it's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Well, both of them are Puerto Rico.
Both Puerto Rican.
But one's born there, one's here.
But I want to see Damian Priest do the South of Heaven just once.
Yes.
I think that's the most beautiful finisher.
A lot of
It's a sit down choke. It's like a side effect, but it's like a choke.
But how he does it.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I love the name too. It's the South of Heaven.
Yeah.
Then we go to AEW Dynamite. Starts off with the 8-man tag team. Orange Cassidy, Bandito, Adam Cole, and the debut and the returning Roderick Strong, who the debut in Roderick Strong, his first match in AEW versus the JS. Orange Cassidy, Bandito, Adam Cole, and Roderick Strong get the win. Great matchup. Adam Cole beat the hell out of Chris Jericho
afterwards. Yeah, but I think it was a fast-paced match. Beautiful, like all 8 men knew how. It was so choreographed. You could see one of the little mistakes was with Daniel Garcia. He was our little heaven.
He was our guy.
Now he was setting up for his back like that. Like, you don't do it that way, but it was a good match.
He was our guy.
Yeah, but Adam Cole gets the win, and I guess Undisputed is back because.
Yeah. And I love they gave Roderick Strong end of heartache the kill by kill switch engage, which was matches his finisher end of heartache.
Yeah.
Which if you ever seen that finisher, one of the most beautiful finishers in professional wrestling.
Yes, he's so underrated, but hopefully
the king of the backbreaker.
Yes.
Then we can get a segment with Jack Perry and Darby Allin. You know how Sammy Guevara and MJF are kind of aligning. They're kind of doing the same thing. It's gonna be another great match eventually when that happens. Then we get Blackpool Combat Club quoting Bret Hart that iron sharpens iron,
and also saying he's the best. He said that's inconsiderate because any one of us could best, and hopefully who comes in the future. So
and a great promo by Bryan Danielson,
and with Moxley afterwards, amazing. Hopefully they make them the dominant force.
Bryan Danielson showing that he is the leader of the Blackpool Combat Club, which I think how much I love Moxley. I think it's smart because I think Danielson's more cerebral.
Yep.
And Moxley comes with the violence.
Yep.
And you get the technically sound with it's a well formed group.
Yep. All they need is a monster.
Yeah.
If they could find a monster that they could cultivate.
I don't think there's a team that stands a chance against them. They could run amok if they really wanted to.
And I hope they do it that way.
Second match tonight is a boring one. Yep. Saray versus Will Nightingale. Saray gets the win. Then, Outcast.
Attack.
Sheeta comes
then Sheeta's like, oh, she's going to sign with the Outcast. But out from the back, we get Britt Baker and stuff. Yep. And I'm a good actor. Yeah, okay, you're really a good actor. You're one of the originals. Why would you even join the Outcast?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, Saraya gets the win. Yeah.
Then we get Trios de Mayo Battle Royal. Yeah. The Acclaimed, the Lucha Brothers, and Vicino. Dark Order, Butcher and the Blade, Varsity Athletes, and QTV. The Acclaim get the win.
This was a pretty good. It was a filler, but it was really well done.
Yeah.
To have the Acclaim,
but. You have the Acclaim need to get back in the tag team picture.
Yeah.
They got to get back in the title picture.
But apparently with the discussion with this, when we have a House of Black, so maybe whoever won this, we're going to see Acclaim with Daddy ASS versus House of Black.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, well.
House of Black's on fire.
Yeah, but what's the sad thing? They're on fire, but when was the last time they defended? They start off hot.
Yeah.
Now, I don't get it.
Let me get our...
let's wake up.
Fourth match. Wardlow versus a jobber, of course, because that's all he goes against is jobbers. Yeah. But after the match, he gets challenged by Luchasaurus.
No!
Christian Cage is the next TNT World Champion. I said it right here, right now, on Everything Wrestling. Christian Cage is going to beat Wardlow.
I hope so.
You suck, Wardlow.
But again, I know Tony Khan wants to protect him, but it doesn't. It hurts the value of the title. Look at the other champions. They went against caliber wrestlers.
Look at Orange Cassidy. Yeah. It's not even the secondary. It's like the third or fourth title on AEW, and he's going against stars every week.
Every week, and he puts on.
He's about defending against Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, this guy's going.
But Wardlow's going against jobbers week after
yeah.
week, and he ruins the TT Championship. Give it to somebody who's going to defend it against people. Give it to Christian Cage.
I think it's smart how he did it, too. Everyone think, it's going to be Lucha. No, it's going to be me. And when they felt the Destiny, he said he's going to win the title before.
Yep.
Amazing.
Before Jack Perry.
Yep.
Then we got our 5th match tonight, Ricky Starks versus Juice Robinson. This is a great match.
Yeah, great match. It's just sad it's ruining both.
I don't like, none of these guys are really happy to be in this feud.
No.
Ricky gets the win. Jay White comes out and attack, but Jay White has stated it's nothing against Ricky.
No.
He doesn't feel like this feud's going to bring him anywhere.
None of them. All 4 that are even Sean Spears.
Yep.
Has nothing. It doesn't benefit.
So I feel like it's going to bring him anywhere. This was kind of a funny point.
It did, and especially how a giant holding a baby scared the heck out of me.
Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett with Sanjay Dutt and Patel go to the Briscoe farm, and they help Mark Briscoe with some chores.
No, we said like day one I hate these, but this was good. It's funny.
This was funny.
It's fun, and the best if you go watch it. Look at Jeff Jarrett's face in the background. He's having fun.
Yeah.
The Giant's having fun with the baby. It's like how he was holding the chicken and how he was holding the baby. That would scare me. But hey, I'm not a Giant, so.
It's just showing more respect towards Mark Briscoe, I guess. We're going to main event tonight, MJF and Sammy Guevara versus Jack Perry and Darby Allin. Jack Perry and Darby Allin get a win. I love the ending to this match when Jack Perry was covering Sammy Guevara, and Darby didn't care where Jack Perry was. He was going to go for that coffin drop. And Jack had to get out the way right away. I thought that was a great way to end the match. This was great.
That's why for the main event for Double or Nothing, that's going to be amazing, the 4 pillars.
Yes.
I think
that was a great way to end AEW.
Yeah.
I mean, Dynamite.
It was wonderful. Let's go to ROH. It starts off, again, a rematch from last week. Lee Moriarty versus Rocky Romero, but Rocky Romero gets the win. It's pure rules. Looks really good. Again, Rocky Romero still has it. Lee Moriarty, honestly, I think if ROH separates itself from AEW, that could be a pillar.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty is too good to be just jobbing. But Moriarty taps out because he used up all his rope breaks, so he taps out. Again, ROH has to go back to its glory.
I love the pure rules.
Yeah.
I love that. I think it's such a great concept.
Yeah. Then the second match is the ROH Women's Champion Athena versus Angelina Risk. I think this is also a rematch. Athena gets the win and uses the Sky Fall and calls out Sky Blue. So I guess that's going to be the next. And again, I think you put Athena in a runt. She's beating everyone. So she's coming up somewhere else like Sky Blue she beat already. So she put herself in the corner. She elevated herself to such greatness.
Again, this is where AEW is in a bind.
Yeah.
Jade should have lost to Taya. Jade goes over
to ROH.
No. Jade goes over for the World Championship. She has a feud with Jamie Hayter. Taya is the TBS champion.
Yeah.
Athena goes against Taya.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Then you have a tournament.
Then you have a tournament for the ROH championship, which you bring your next big up and comer, Willow Nightingale.
Yep.
That's where Willow wins the ROH championship.
Tony Khan, if you want someone to do your rating for us, you could ask for everything in wrestling at gmail.com. Then we get, Athena gets the win. Then we get the ROH TV Championship, Samoa Joe versus Christopher Daniels. This was a great match.
It was a classic.
Yeah.
If you were an original TNA fan, this was like nostalgia.
Yeah. Samoa Joe gets the win. He used the Muscle Buster. Great match. Samoa Joe, at least he's defending with a lot. And again, there's no competition for him now.
No.
So I think they dropped the ball. Mark Briscoe should have won that.
Yep.
So they could have built that storyline what they're doing in AEW with that. It could have been smart. Then we get another person that is in the corner with the title, the ROH World Championship, Claudio Castelloni versus Robbie Eagles in his debut. This was a great match. 4 out of 5. Castelloni gets the win with the Ricola bomb. I hope we see more Eddie Eagles.
Yeah.
Eddie Eagles for the television championship would be great. Again, who's going to compete against Claudio right now? There's no one, again, they put themselves in this corner. Then we get the fifth match of the night, Kingdom and Varsity Athletes versus the Best Friends, Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and Stu Grayson. A very good match. Best Friends, Action Andretti, Darius Martin, Stu Grayson gets the win. Again, the Righteous came in watching Stu Grayson. I guess they want him part of that. But at the end of this match, we get the Code of Honor where we see David Martin shake Action Andretti's hand. So this could do two things. Bring Action Andretti into the Kingdom, determine heel, at least get him some time because AEW he hasn't done anything.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, that would be very smart.
I think for wrestlers you don't know what to do with, you throw them in a faction and they become something else. Yeah. I'm not saying he's gonna be like Dominic, because that's a rarity.
Yeah,
that's a 1 in a million. Mm-hmm. But I think that does something for Action Andretti. Mm-hmm. It gives them the spotlight. And he doesn't have to be the talker.
Nope.
You have Matt Taven.
Yep.
Matt Taven is the talker of that group.
Yeah.
But Action Andretti gets screen time with the Kingdom, and that's what matters.
Yeah. So, Tony Khan, if you want someone to do your writing, EveryRing, that's everything in wrestling at gmail.com. Then we get the sixth match of the night. Again, this is both ways. Rich Adonis versus Preston Vance. I don't get what Preston Vance is doing.
He's awesome. He's awful.
He gets the win. Again, you give him a move set that really doesn't benefit him, like the lariat with him. Everyone's doing the lariat, so he doesn't do anything superior. I don't know why Roosh went out to get him because but he does get the win. It is what it is. Then we get the seventh match of the night, Sky Blue versus Robin Renegade, and this is another problem. Sky Blue gets the win. The Renegade Sisters are a tag team. Now you have them 2 weeks in a row in singles matches. Yep. And in this match, Robin looked really good against Sky Blue. But Sky Blue gets the championship match, not the person who looked good. Don't understand, but Sky Blue does get the win. Then we get, actually this was a better match than I thought it would have been. Brian Cage versus Brock Anderson. Brian Cage gets the win. He uses the discus lariat and the drill claw gets the win. But here's the problem. Our six-man championship. It's every week we see Brian Cage.
Yeah, not the Embassy.
Yeah, not the Embassy. Again, head scratcher. Then this is another head scratcher. We have Willow Nightingale versus Steph Delanter or Peretta from NXT. She's a legit 6 foot and she's jobbed 2 matches. Willow gets the win just with the spine buster against. You get 2 bull women, like they're both big, and one it was like a squash match. I don't understand. Steph Delanter, she could be Apex.
Yeah.
Her against Athena, like in a real match, she already beat Athena. Already beat her because they're jobbing her out. Sign her up, make her a threat. She's 6 foot. Mm-hmm. She's a legit 6 foot. But then we get the main event: Angelico versus Commander. This was a high-flying match. Commander gets the win, but a lot of people comment he shouldn't always do the walk. Because
because
it's not special anymore.
No, it's not special, and it makes your opponent wait. Your opponent's waiting there.
Yeah.
Just waiting there.
Yeah.
What in wrestling needs to have some real life aspects into it. If you're waiting there, wouldn't you just pull them off?
Now look at the difference between Vicano. He does kind of, but he doesn't do all
it's fast.
Yeah,
it's fast. Commander takes forever to set his moves up.
Yep, exactly.
Vicano's like this.
I think the last Jay White. I think that's what, excuse my language, pissed Jay White because he had to do a lot of saves in the match.
And Jay White had to wait. Like you're a professional wrestler. Know your moves, set them up, and get them done. Your opponent's not there to wait.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to drag the match out. And you're going to make Jay White look bad. Yeah. How come Jay White just didn't pull him? It's not on Jay?
No, not at all. But it is what it is. Let's go to Rampage. Again, this was early time. I think people are not watching because of the NHL playoffs, so it's affecting, which is sad because the matches were okay. The first match of the night, Lucha Brothers and Vicano versus QTV. Very fast paced, so it's all over the place. Lucha Brothers and Vicano get the win. Again, all 3 of these are how luchador wrestling. They don't botch, and if they do botch, they cover it up right away. Fast paced.
I have a feeling Commander's on that route, on that slow decline to be the next Sin Cara.
Yeah, I don't know, could happen. But like I said, Lucha Brothers and the Requiem gets the win. I would like to see them in the trios. Can you? I know House of Black would destroy them, but for speed,
it'd be very fast paced.
Yes. Then we get the second match. Again, this is what we say with Wardlow verbatim. We'll say with Jade Cargill. And this is not against Jade Cargill, but you put her against a jobber, she gets the win, 57-0. But if you take out all her jobbers, she's probably only 20-something and 0.
Tony Khan had a chance to take the belt off her, give it to Taya, and make that landscape completely different. Jade goes over to go against Jamie Hayter. She beats Jamie Hayter, and then you have. I just don't get it. I don't understand that.
But what if she does that again once she wins the title, jobbers again? It makes no sense.
But if they do that, that wouldn't make any sense because there's more contenders for the World Championship than there was for the TBS Championship.
Well, there's both, but I think they just don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. But if you make Jay go against a squash when she go against Sheeta, Britt Baker, Saray, Rio, like stuff. Then you don't know what you're doing. But with a TBS, give it a tie. It needs a fresh face.
Yeah, it needs again.
And that title means crap.
Yeah, it means nothing. And it's nothing against Jade.
No, nothing against Jade at all. Jade's an amazing professional wrestler. Yeah. She is one of the best women in professional wrestling right now. This is not her. It's bad booking. Yeah, you're booking like that? It is what it is. Then we get the third match tonight, Mark Briscoe versus Preston Vance. Mark Briscoe gets the win. Again, Preston Vance, I nothing against him. I think he's probably a nice human being, but he doesn't have it. Mark Briscoe looks great. Again, they dropped the ball. He should have been the TV champion, but it is what it is. Then we get the main event. Cinematic universe. We get a cinematic match. The Frem Deletion. We get Hardy Boys. I love these matches. It served its purpose, I guess. The Hardy Boys, Cassidy and Hook versus the Firm. Hardy Boys get the win. Well, I guess whatever you want to call them, the Hardy group win. But it had everything. It had King Maxwell did the Swanton. Almost as good as his uncle. I think it better. Almost as good as uncle. The only thing with all that hair, I don't know, but he also looks like he almost ran over Big Bill. Giving a vehicle to a kid, not right. But it was fun, and you get. I love those deletions. You get the whole family involved, but the Hardy gets the win. I guess the Firm is deleted, and we've been saying it for a long time. Why not? It is what it is. Impact. We start off with Moose and Brian Myers versus Umera and Gujar. Moose and Brian Myers gets the win. Wow. Again, I don't know what else Moose could do in Impact. I honestly. Yeah. Either he goes to New Japan, because they like monsters there, get a refresher, because in Impact, you're going to get matches like this. Or it's time he goes to WWE. Or anywhere. Get that run before he gets way too old. Because I don't. Again, Impact is great. But what else is he going to do? Impact is with the signings lately. Yeah. Nick Aldis, not Trinity Fatu. Yeah. We get an interview with Gia Miller. Interviews Macklin, Shera, and Singh. Again, Steve Macklin is a perfect guy to drive it. And it's hilarious. You have this all-pro American, then I think it's, again, people watch Impact. They're doing it right. I'm excited to see Nick Aldis get more into this. Yep. Macklin, Aldis. Yeah. Macklin and Moose. Yeah. Aldis and Moose. There's a lot of potential. Dirty Dingo investigates who attacked Santino and Joe Hendry. Yeah. Remember, Dirty Dingo was a part of the Fashion Police out of the Breeze. That's a callback. Which is one of the most hilarious tag teams. Yeah, and people didn't like it. I don't understand. I loved it. Let me get some Sammy Callahan. I want to see him more involved in title pictures. Yeah, hopefully. Can you see him in the X Division match? Him against Trey Miguel? If you want me right, hey. Their second match is KON versus Sammy Callahan. Ended in no contest. Both groups come out and attack. Yeah. It was kind of funny. I think they stole, because Angels is part of the design, I think they pulled something from the old Smash Brothers. A whole bunch of people dressed all the same, attacking Sammy Callahan.
That's not a smart move because the Death Machine is going to be put back.
Yes.
Yep. You created that monster.
Jimmy Jacobs, the Zombie Princess interviews Nick. I love that name, by the way. Interviews Nick Aldis. Again, I want to see Nick Aldis in a match. Let's get him going. Let's get him in that title picture already. Then we get our third match tonight: Alicia Edwards versus Jody Threat. Jody Threat gets the win. I like Jody Threat.
Yeah, it's she's putting up wins. She's looking good in the ring. Alicia Edwards, she's been a little bit, she's a little bit rusty. You can see that. But Jody Threat, I think she could be in the title run.
I think so.
Yeah, and here's a note. Eddie Edwards said he didn't like to look at our garbage. Yeah, he wrote. I forgot to mention that on Twitter. He doesn't like seeing our stuff on Twitter.
Oh, he's not a fan of ours?
Apparently not. We never even talked
bad about it. We never
say
anything bad about Eddie Edwards.
We love Impact. We love Eddie Edwards, but apparently he doesn't want to see our garbage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now we don't like Eddie Edwards, I guess. So.
No, we still like. We don't judge you. Everyone has entitled opinions.
Okay, thanks, Eddie.
Yeah.
I love the American.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we get an interview with the Machine Gun. God, man, I love these guys.
Yeah. I think this is leading probably individual for the X division title.
I think so. Yeah. And
why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not get Chris Sabin his title? Alex Shelley his title.
Yeah.
I want to see Chris Sabin back in the World Championship picture. Actually, he's only a one-time TNA World Champion.
I can't imagine him against Macklin.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
And Alex Shelley back in the X division. Then we get a fourth match tonight: Steve Macklin, Singha and Shera versus PCO. Heath and Rhino. PCO, Heath and Rhino get a win. PCO is inhuman.
We say it every week, and if you watch him, you'll see some of those moves. When he was young, he didn't do these moveset off the top rope. Then I like the again, it's fun. It's fun seeing these wrestlers fighting the next level. He's having fun with it. Yeah.
Let me get a little segment with the Coven.
Yeah, it's I guess what's his name? Mitchell is going to bring something back. Do you think it's going to be... let's not even go into that. I don't want to... I hope she doesn't go on TV. I don't want to see that.
Okay. We get our main event of the night.
Wow.
Jonathan Grisham versus Mike Speedball Bailey.
This is like the third match in Impact. Wow.
Jonathan Grisham gets the win. 5 masks out of 5.
No fall.
Anything you want the match. Fast-paced, technically sound. Great match.
Can you imagine both these in the world title picture also?
This is a classic.
Yeah. Grisham, before Grisham is growing on me also.
Yes. We said it before. We were like, I don't get him, but now I get him, and he's incredible. And I want to see him with titles. Yeah. A lot of titles.
Make him the belt collector again.
And I love that Cthulhu thing he has. I think it's growing on me.
Well, his nickname is the Octopus.
Then we get our debut of Trinity Fatu. Expressing how big she is to beat Impact. Huge pop.
Yeah, and the tears she had.
Yes, huge pop. I'm loving these signings from Impact. Nick Aldis, Trinity Fatu, and what that brings is more intrigue to Impact, more people to watch it, and more wrestlers want to go there.
Yeah. I don't know if you some backlash. Oh, she's in the indie leagues now. No, Impact
is not indies. It is a network program.
And plus, if you see for the women's division, we say this: the best women's division where they get highlighted.
If that's the indie league, then every other wrestling organization should be ashamed of their women's division.
Exactly.
Because the Knockouts division is the best division, and it has been the best division since it was TNA.
Do you watch last week? It was women-centric.
Yep.
It was fun to watch. You could learn from them.
But then we get Dina Peruzzo and Graco come out. So do you put Trinity right in the world title picture?
I would have her slowly go in there, but yeah, why not? She'll get seats in the... I don't want to say the word, but she'll get butts and seats. Yep. Why not? And it's just funny seeing them grace her arms.
Jordan Grace is huge.
I'm embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. I would wear sweater after sweater. Yeah.
She is huge.
Yes.
But there's a lot of possibilities. You know, Mickey James coming back eventually.
Yeah. The future is bright. Again, we say it. Watch Impact. Let's go to New Japan. I'll get the first 2 days and you get the main event.
Sounds good.
So we start out with Tego, Sho, and Takahashi and Evil versus Owa, Yao, Yoshitashi, and Gaito. As Tobar said, the names are great. Using Pimp Juice, Togo, Sho, Yakahashi, and Evil get the win. Match number 2, Nakashima, Knight, and Kushida versus United Empire. The inclination with TJP, Akira, and Great Khan. And again, names of the finishers. United Empire gets the win with a Subaru Ozawa Sheep Killer. What a great move. What a great move to say. Then we get a third match of the night where we again see United Empire, but this was Hanana, Cobb, and Aussie Open versus the Mighty Don't Kneel. United Empire gets the win with Ultima. Again, United Empire is just building up win after win after win. Bullet Club is there. They're the number one, but I think United Empire
is getting close. So Bullet Club will
always be top seed.
Always top seed.
Then we get the fourth match tonight, Jado and Hikuleo versus the Bullet Club. Wow, what a good tie-in. With Ishimori and Kenta. Bullet Club gets the win with the Bone Lock. Again, building up. You know, these are all new members of the Bullet Club, and they're still carrying it.
David Finlay's doing some recruiting.
Yep. Then we get, we're good with the Legion because the next match was Finlay. The fifth match, Master Wado and Tamatanga versus Bullet Club, Finlay and Gaito. But Master Wado and Tamatanga get the win with the RPP. But again, Finlay looked good. That's Gaito. But Gaito is, I guess, the jobber of the group. Then we get match number 6, Chaos versus Luby, Narita, El Desperado, and Suzuki. Chaos get the win with the old-fashioned schoolboy. And no, it's not what you think. Okay. Then we get the main event of night 1. It's Bushi, Takahashi, Tagi, and Nato versus just 5 guys. Team 1 gets the win with the Hormiro Solo Survival. Well, actually, it was like over-the-top rope survival.
They should change their name back to just 4 guys.
Yeah, but Hormiro he was the sole survivor, and after the main event, he goes against, Then night 2. We get Oleg versus Lube. It's another time limit draw. This is like the 5th, 6th match. Wow, both of these are so technical. And if they would go to ROH for the Pure Championship, oh my goodness. Yep. But yeah, they look great. Oleg, it's a real Russian amateur wrestler. He's a big boy. But it is what it is. The match number 2, we get Yano, Yoshi Tanahashi, and Gato versus Togo, Sho, Tanahashi, and Evil. The first team gets the win with Yoshinoya. I'm sorry, I'm killing this name. Sorry, Tobar. Then we get the third match, Owa, Kevin Knight, and Kushida versus United Empire, TGP, Kara, and Hanera, sorry. United Empire gets the win with the Ultima. Again, each inclination, they could possibly have 3 tag teams in there, go for the tag team title each and every night.
Yep.
Then we get the fourth match of the night, the Mighty Don't Kneel versus the second inclination of United Empire, Aussie Open, Jeff Cobb, and Great Khan.
I want to say the main portion of the United Empire.
But again, with Subaru Ozawa Sheep Killer, United Empire gets the win. Which is sad because the Mighty Don't Kneel, they kind of been faltering. You have one of the greatest wrestlers of all time in that. Doesn't make sense. Then we get Jado, Wado, Hikuleo, Tamatanga versus Bullet Club. And Tamatanga, Hikuleo gets the win with the Vendel. Another beautiful move and great names. Tobar knows his stuff. Then we get the 6th match of the night. Homona, Maccabi, Ishii, and Okada, or Chaos, versus Nakashima, Narita, El Desperado, and Suzuki. And using the old-fashioned Boston Cramp, Chaos gets the win. Then match number 7, we get Bushi and Tagi versus just 2 guys from just 5 guys. Dookie and Tagi, and just 2 guys get the win with Saita Jojuro. Sorry, but again, a beautiful name. I just kill it with my pronunciation. Then we get Tanahashi and Naito versus just 2 guys. They actually get the win with El Destino, which is funny because Cameron and Sanada in a losing cause. But again, Naito, it's so fun to watch. Yeah. Now to Wrestling Dontaku.
Wrestling Dontaku, number 3. Get the Young Lions, OAO versus Leg versus Nashima versus Leitu. Leitu gets to win with the low Bogado Crib.
No, Boston Crab.
Boston Crab? That's not what that says.
It's Boston Crab.
It says low Bogado Crib.
Yeah, I'll read it backwards. It's Boston Crab. But
make me look bad. Our first match tonight is Yu, Yano, Yoshihashi, and Gano versus Tongo Sho, Takashita, and Evil. The first set of guys get the win with the Shoto.
Yep. You're good with the pronunciations.
Yeah. Our second match tonight is TMDK versus Empire. GOK, Great O'Khan in the Aussie Open. Empire gets the win with Cerebro, Azuro, Styles, Sheep Killer, slash Luna.
Yeah.
Third match tonight is Kevin Knight, Kushida, and Yumino versus Empire, Kira, TGP, and Hanara. Kevin Knight, Kushida, and Yumino get the win with a perfect small package.
Yeah.
That's what they called me in college. In the fourth match is Bushi, Tangi, and Naito versus just 5 guys. Dookie, Kaminara, and Tachi get the win with the Sieti Juro.
Oh, you pronounce it right.
Man, that was rough.
Yeah.
Let me get for the Strong Open World Championship. Kenta defends his belt against Hikuleo, and we get a new Strong Open World Champion, Hikuleo.
Wow, this was a real good match because he was the Bullet Club interfering. Yep. He got the low blow, and he still ended up winning.
Yep. He gets the one with the Godsend.
Yeah.
We got a 6 match tonight for the TV Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. defends his belt against Jeff Cobb. Ends in a tie limit draw.
Another beautiful match. Again, Zack Sabre, if you haven't watched him wrestle, watch him wrestle. And Jeff Cobb. This was power versus technique, yes.
We get our 7th match tonight for the Never Open 6-man championship. Narita, El Desperado, and Suzuki versus Chaos. And Chaos is the new 6-man champions.
And the thing here, Okada has a title, but it's not the IWG World Heavyweight Championship. So, but
it's weird to see.
But what happens? They get the first challengers. John Moxley, he's going to go for the thing with his underling and with Wheeler Yuta.
Yep.
Now, I would have picked someone else other than Wheeler Yuta, but that's going to be fun. And because it's funny, the Boogeyman is back.
I would have picked
Cesaro.
Or Danielson.
Oh, yeah. That would have been fun. Back in New Japan. Oh, yeah.
8th match tonight is for the Never Openweight Championship. Tama Tonga defends the belt against David Finlay. And there's a Never Openweight Champion in David Finlay sends Tama Tonga into oblivion.
Yeah. Great. And look, they have a world title with them.
Now for the World Championship, Sadna versus Takahashi. Sanada gets the win with the Deadfall.
Another beautiful move. And again, 3 title changes? Amazing. New Japan has it.
Low Bogado Crib.
Yeah. Which is Boston Crab in Japanese. Sure, why not? Let's go to the discussion. As we said, there's Backlash. We went what our discussion would be. The draft is over with, which... exactly.
It's not as bad as Cena getting drafted to SmackDown for 1 pick and then back to Raw the next pick.
Yeah. At least with that, we changed the macaroni.
That was
But what else do we have? I guess Trinity is now in Impact. I guess Matt Cardona is no more with Impact. So there's questions where he's going to go. As mentioned, Not New Japan. AEW is going to have 3 brands. Dynamite is going to stay Dynamite. It's going to be the A. Rampage is going to be like developmental. They're going to have like the young talent, which I think I always should have been that. But
yes.
And on Saturday, it's going to be CM Punk's Collision, and see how that works. If they bring all the neglected talent, I think that's smart. If they do what they're doing now, like crossing over, you're just wasting time.
Also, more titles.
Yes. I think if they have 3 brands, they should have 3 world titles,
more titles,
3 tag team titles, 3. It is what it is. And have just the 6 of the trios defending all 3. Again, Tony Khan, if you need a writer, EveryRing, that's everything, at gmail.com. Let's go to the matches, wrestlers, and what's in the other week. Matches of the week, I have Gresham and Mike Bailey. Again, whenever those 2 are in the ring, can't beat that.
I have the 8-man tag team match on AEW Dynamite. Great way to start off the match. I do have another one I'm throwing in there. JD McDonough versus Dragon Lee.
Yeah, that could be we could add that. Why not? Awesome matches. Again, when we have a hard time with 3 matches, you know something's done right. Wrestlers of the week, I have Jonathan Gresham. Like I said, he's growing on me.
Yep.
I had to go see a doctor for that, but he is growing on me. And
I got Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Nope.
Again, Adam Cole in the ring. Like people criticize.
He's gold.
Yeah. Indie Wrestler of the Week. We're going back into the old country. Nick Wave, he's the Superior Italian Wrestling World Champion. And if you ever have a chance, it's on YouTube. Look up Superior Italian Wrestling. It's kind of fun. You won't get any flippity floppies. You don't see a lot of that. You get pretty much pure rules kind of wrestling. You get some story.
And we're gonna beat you with belts.
No, that's only you. Yeah. But you do start out every week with an intergender match, so it's something there. But that's another week of EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling.
Yeah, follow us on Facebook. EveryRing is Everything Wrestling. And send us email at everythingiseverything@gmail.com.
Yeah, Tony Khan. Hey, we wrote up a great script for you. Come on. Send a check.
Give us some money.
Yeah. But yep, that's another week of EveryRing. That's Everything Wrestling. Outstanding.
Yeah, multiple views.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 14, Kenosha Community Television. Remember to tune into my program, Just Talkin', shown right here, Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. on Channel 14. On the program, we cover community events, talk to nonprofit organizations, and who knows, we may bump into a celebrity now and then. So remember to tune in to Just Talkin', Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. right here on Channel 14.
You are watching Kenosha Community Media. We provide you with education, media, and entertainment, while you provide us with the means to teach, entertain, and communicate. Thank you for allowing us to grow. See what's next for Kenosha Community Media.
Hey kids! Do you guys like cartoons?
I love cartoons!
Do you like to see the old classic cartoons that your families were raised with?
I would love to, but where can I watch those at?
Well, we're bringing back classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse, where we resurrect old cartoons.
Oh, when is it on?
On Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. and Sunday mornings at 10:30, where you get to see classic cartoons like Betty Boop.
I love Betty Boop.
Popeye.
Big Popeye fan.
We have great Huckle and Jekyll.
Oh, I love those.
So Kenosha Community Media is bringing back the classical cartoons with Mr. Bunker's Cartoon Apocalypse.
Question, does Mr. Bonkers have any friends on that show?
He has a lot of friends. We're hosting, we're Chalk and Manimal, but he has great friends like Chef Luigi.
Look over the start, the kids.
He has Peanut the Peacock.
Hello, kids.
He has Cinnamon the Ape.
What's going on, brothers? And his friend that also hosts a different show, it's Klutz the Clown.
Hey kids, it's tough being a clown.
So if you enjoy cartoons, if you want to watch something that's whimsical and nostalgic, please tune into Mr. Bonker's Cartoon Apocalypse, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays at 10, Sundays at 10:30. And we would enjoy to join us because you could be our circus freaks. Bye, kids.
Goodbye, kids.